everyone, to our anniversary, our second anniversary episode of the Londonderry View. We can't believe that it's been 2 years since we started this all together. You'll notice Kirby's not with us tonight, but we miss her, and just another obligation. But she'll be with us the next time. So 2 years. And this is our 33rd episode.
Start of our third year.
Yeah, and the start of our third year, Bonnie, when you think of it.
Yeah.
So here's to our anniversary and starting our third year, ladies.
Yes. And to our viewers, because if you didn't write in and talk to us and say thanks, it's fun to watch and the information is good, we wouldn't be here. And the biggest reason we are here really is that it's the people behind the scenes that said it would be a great idea and that are here every time volunteering their time to help us and to wait for us. Like today, we're late getting started because of the blue screen, and we were all ready to go and all excited for our anniversary show. We've been talking about it for a few weeks, and Bonnie has the perfect color on black, and Kathy has perfect black on, and what do I come into the studio with but blue?
The same shade as the blue screen. So
yes. So my friends, we tried everything from pinning. We almost got to the extent of pinning things and wrapping things around me. Al suggested a plastic bag might work, but anyway, so quick change, and here we are, a little frazzled, but for our second year.
Thank God for John.
Thank God for John. He came through for us again. So anyway, who wants to share a little bit about like when we got started and where we ended up, on our 33rd show?
So we were all at the Jeb Bush's campaign event, and afterwards we all got together and we started yakking, and then the thought just started, and you said we could be like The View and we could do a show, and then you and I were going back and forth with emails late into the night saying, and I was like, Sherry, we can do this. I know we can do this.
I think 11:30,
At
quarter
night,
to 12.
we were still sending text messages, and then we brought it to our boss, Kevin Smith, and he was fine with it as long as it didn't interfere with our jobs.
That's right. Yeah.
And we got started.
And here we are.
And
it's been a great 2 years.
It really has.
And we've all lived through it.
Yeah.
We've lived through our ups and our downs.
We have.
And remember our first show, how nervous we all were?
Hi, everyone. We'd like to welcome you to the first edition of the Londonderry View. And we are just so excited to be here with you this evening. And I want to introduce to you the panel that we have of our view: Kirby, Sherry, Kathy, and Bonnie.
To do the first show. And I think especially when all these bright lights all of a sudden came on, and none of us were expecting the bright lights to come on.
I forgot about that, Kathy. It's true, because now that we're 33 episodes in, it's
and
true.
We're all like, we're all sitting like, we were stiff, we were
Yeah.
afraid to move, now we're just kind of like, all right, let's wing it, let's
Yeah,
go.
whatever it is.
Isn't it fun? And we'd be talking about it, and sometimes we'd meet, we'd talk.
To plan ahead of
Oh
time.
my gosh, it is funny how now we walk in, and the mic is still a problem for me. It's always Aaron. 33 episodes worth Aaron has had to fix and adjust. You think just one time I could impress Aaron and have it exactly right. You two always get it right, and Kirby.
Not
But
really.
but it's those little things. But and then our bracelets sometimes can be a little bit of you got to be
Noisy.
careful of the noise.
But
And
here we are.
yeah, here we are.
So
And
we've each got a list of all of the episodes we've done, and I've chosen a couple that stand out in my mind. So I don't know if you guys probably have certain ones
Yes,
that
I
are.
have a couple too.
yeah, Bonnie, thank you, because you really
Yes,
spurred
Bonnie,
the
thanks
notice.
for
Put it all
putting this
together.
together.
Took some time today, but that was okay.
Because remember when we first started too, the initial idea was we were shocked that we would have this beautiful table and to emulate the View on TV, which we are not, but the idea of celebrating
We
the
don't want to
positive-
be like the
No,
View on TV.
No. But women and talking and
Yes.
debating and celebrating all that's good in New Hampshire in our town of Londonderry. But when we walked in the first time and saw this, and then we went from just shows that were right here, because the four of us work amazingly well together, I think.
We really do.
It's a real team effort, and then again with everyone behind the scenes. But then I don't even know how we start. So we have probably half of our shows have been in here,
in studio.
and we haven't been here for a while.
Right.
Yeah, and the rest we've been doing off-site,
Yeah.
which has been great.
Yeah, it is nice, the off-site
It really
ones.
is.
It really is. It gets to know the businesses
Yeah, it's
and kind of helps promote them.
Bonnie,
You
absolutely.
know,
yeah.
and they're very nice and
They've been
they
great to
like
us.
having us
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it works out very good.
It really does.
So
and
one of our first shows that we did, we had Stephanie from Professionally Yours come on.
oh, that was
But
fun.
prior to having Stephanie, the four of us all went to the salon and they did our hair and makeup.
We'll,
right?
we'll have to put, we're going to try and put some pictures up too on the
Yes. Yeah.
screen, because what a memory that was.
That was
That
good.
was fun.
That was real fun.
That was
Hi everyone, we'd like to welcome you to the last edition of the Londonderry View for this year, and it's been a great year with a lot of exciting things for us. And tonight, of course, myself, Sherry, and Kirby, Bonnie, and Kathy, and we have a special guest with us, Stephanie, who works at Professionally Yours, a wonderful salon here in Londonderry. And we had a very special time before pampering session before coming on the set tonight.
So, well, thank you, Stephanie. You did Sherry and I, you did our makeup, and then Sarah.
Sarah did Bonnie and myself
Self and
with
the
our
hair.
and makeup.
Great experience, great attitude. It was just so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was
Not to
fun.
mention the wine was a good perk.
And what was the
And that's the first time I ever wore makeup.
Bonnie? That's right.
Yeah, because I don't wear any makeup, so that
Brilliant.
was like the first time.
That's
And I
to
went
wear
home
makeup.
that night and I said to my husband, let's go, we're going out to dinner. And he's like, huh? I said, we're not wasting the hair and the makeup. Let's go, we're going out. So we went out to dinner.
So you had it out. And remember the fake eyelashes, is that what they call them, fake eyelashes?
Eyelashes.
Yeah.
I
And
know.
I remember we were like,
I never had fake eyelashes on before. It was so funny.
and then
That's
at
funny.
first we were looking at each other like, oh, you know, because they were too long, and but
Yeah.
then they snipped. I have to say, I was looking tonight, and the older you get, the less they seem to be there. And I was looking, thinking, why don't I have some of those fake eyelashes? You know, because we kind of looked at each other
Yeah.
like, wow, they look
Wow.
pretty good.
Yeah,
you
they
know, they
did.
look very natural. It's not like in our day when you look like a 60s.
Right, the 60s
you know,
with the big
Jane,
long
yeah, Jane
butterfly
Fonda.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that was real. They really spoiled us, and that was
That
was
was
special.
one of my
That
memories.
was one of yours.
Another one that I had was when we went to Deja Vu. The stuff that's in that store, oh my God!
Yeah,
It's
that's
such an eclectic
amazing.
mix.
That was.
And Tim, I
Tim,
think, right?
yep, Tim.
Was very entertaining.
This thing up here, this is made by a famous artist. I don't know if you guys, can I get up for a minute? So this thing's really cool. It's made by a famous artist. And it's, I like fell in love with that when the lady walked in. And it ended up going through one of the auctions we have, and I ended up with it. Now, if you look it up, it's $3,000.
Is that what you sell it for?
No. I'll go fishing, but I don't
Yeah.
know, you know. And I actually didn't know it, but after we looked this one up and found out who the artist was, over on the other side, I have a life-size one this big that I call the guillotine that I've had for years. That's by the same artist.
Oh my
So I
God.
can only imagine what that one's worth.
Yeah.
But you know, I won't. You know, it's
Oh, Gollum's up there.
yeah, Gollum's here.
Wow.
Another one that I enjoyed was when we went to Asahi restaurant.
Yes.
And I have to say, because this would be like a blooper thing,
Mm-hmm.
although I don't know if we have it on camera or not. But our pal Sherry
Let's pray we don't.
sucked down her drink before
I was
the end
nervous.
of the show. And she was just like having a good old time.
We were laughing. That's probably
Yeah,
the first time we
laughing.
really
That was-
let our hair down a
Yeah,
little,
and we were
Yeah.
laughing and laughing.
That was funny, and I think there was one picture along. But we were having Mai Tais, I think, that were made for it. But you had something else, Bonnie. I don't think
Did you
had.
have the,
yeah, you had a
the
different.
whiskey. Did you have?
I don't know. I can't
you have-
remember.
No, but I don't. But
I don't
re-
really remember.
Yes, but that,
Fireball.
I did
that
have
show.
something.
Yeah.
You said night. I don't know. know. I don't know what
Something
I
else.
had.
I think our friend Dick might have like suggested something.
Yeah.
You know, because he had set that up. And
Please, though, we do want to not forget this week, in episode 23, we did forget. Please, Kirby, could you tell them
Yes.
our email, our Twitter?
We have a
and
Twitter.
Facebook.
Honestly, I forget the Twitter name because we created it so
Yes, we did.
little ago. But if you just search the Londonderry View on Twitter, you'll be able to find us. It is a public Twitter page. I should say tweet page. And we do
That's from hanging out with Sherry.
we do have a Gmail, and it's londonderry4@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you or for your business. If you'd like your business
sure.
showcased on our show, we'd love to come into your business, try your drinks, try your food, have some
That's
fun.
not the only
So-
reason we'd be going.
No.
Showcase
And
their
just
business.
showcase the
right,
business
yeah.
to give some publicity from
Right. 'Cause
free publicity.
advertising is
'Cause
so
we have so many
expensive.
wonderful businesses here in Londonderry, and you know we've done some in Derry too, and there's just a lot of great places around
really is.
here.
So we just want to spread the
So-
good word, the good
Yeah,
things.
so if you're
too.
interested in having us come to your business, we are more than happy to.
And
So email us.
Facebook.
We have a
Facebook as well.
page, too.
Yes.
And if you
You
can
can text
share
me.
us,
You want my number?
but hey,
So no.
But thank you so very much tonight for being with us, and we might have had a little more fun than we usually do, but you know, it's just kind of nice.
Yeah.
We don't get
One of
often
us was
to
sucking
celebrate.
down her drink.
Yes, so we were
It's 5 o'clock somewhere,
It's
Kathy.
5 o'clock.
And then
that
what
was
was
good.
so nice there, and happens so often at these, then we tried and we stayed for dinner afterwards, and
Yes.
we were just spoiled with
Yes.
you know
The
wonderful
food was
cuisine and you know
delicious.
and conversation and talking and you know so that was a
And-
fun memory. It
And
really
then
was.
also when we did Super Walk. And
That's
that
right,
was
That was very
too.
that
good, too.
ladies' night that night.
You're right
And
too.
we had all these plates of appetizers in front of us. And I think we just sat there
And
putting the
ate
food
the
down.
show,
We
yeah.
were just drinking and eating and just sitting around talking like we weren't
like
even.
we were having dinner.
Yeah.
And I think
And
that's
that
what we've
was-
grown into
Yeah.
too, which the nervousness now, you know, with the
Yeah.
craziness setting up but it's more like it is. Just,
That was fun.
That
Yeah,
was a lot
yeah.
of fun, and the teriyaki and all, and I remember kind of eyeing it and trying to figure out how to get to it and how to chew it and not, you know, but yeah, Ronnie spoiled us too, which was
Yes.
nice too.
I remember
That
Kirby was chowing down pretty good.
Oh,
think-
that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
This is why I said I'm not judging her. I just haven't eaten mine yet.
I can't take it anymore. I'm going in, everyone.
All right, yeah, and I'm going to take a piece
Why
of.
don't I just try to host the show by myself and then you ladies can go and eat?
Oh, sorry about that.
Ronnie, what are your hours?
My hours is 11:30 to 9 o'clock during the week,
Wow.
and 11:30 to 10 on weekends.
So you really are here all the time.
Well, not really. I work 5 days a week.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I probably spend another day to do some paperwork.
Yeah.
Because when you see me on the floor, I'm serving. When you don't
But
see
see-
me, I'm paying the bills.
Yeah, that's nice though that you take the initiative to come out and serve to make drinks. Like I said, it's very rare you find a manager or an owner. They're usually in the back office. They don't say anything.
Exactly.
You have when a customer has problems, you never even hear from the manager then sometimes.
That's right.
So, yeah.
That's how I get bonding with my customers.
Yeah. See, that's nice.
The difference. But I think my best one that I thought was the funniest
All right.
was Old Home Day. Oh. When we were all sitting there
And Aaron and Drew,
and
God bless
everybody
them.
wanted to sit in that same table.
at the same
And I kept going, go away, go away.
And at one point, she's like, we're taping a show here. We're taping a show.
But it was
And then the people would walk right in front of the camera,
And-
like,
And there was
Not
like 2
paying
feet
attention.
between the camera and the table, like that they had almost like turned sideways to get between it.
And then
I
they
thought
pause.
that was, I
They
thought
pause
that
and
was
look
the
like,
funny,
well,
but
okay,
what
so
are
you're
you
taping a
doing?
show, but are you going to move then? So that we
That's it. Can we sit down here and eat?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I was never this popular in school.
And
Yes, it is. Right now.
you
Yes.
can't sit there, we're filming.
We're filming a TV show right now.
Sorry.
It's very minimal amount.
And
For right
then
now, yes, we're taping a TV show.
in St. Jude. in
Yes,
St.
just for a little bit longer.
Does sloppy.
The beer tent.
Yeah, we're doing a
We're
TV
filming.
show.
I'm so sorry. And also,
I thought that was the funniest.
But you know, we got one of our best pictures of the four of us. You sent it to
Right,
us yesterday.
yeah.
Because you know, again, the pictures
That was a
afterward.
nice
That
picture.
was just, and
Yeah.
we'll make
That
sure
was a
because I
real good
cherished that.
picture.
That
Yeah,
was
I
all-
like that
was
picture.
another one where we were all kind of frazzled, and God
Yes.
bless Kathy Wagner came on like we were did really no warning, and
Yeah.
And everyone. But that was a lovely picture.
That was
a
good.
nice
Yeah,
memory.
I like
you
that
know?
picture.
But that was definitely a blooper, and
Yes.
we're all sitting at the picnic table. Oh, you know, another real fun one too. There are a lot of fun ones, but when we went to the Long Blue Cat, that was fun
That
too.
was
the
good.
That was a
brewery,
good
that
one.
was just kind of yeah.
I just love the whole idea of it being a palette and the different shades of the beer on it. It's
Yep.
just, yeah.
And then under each shade too, the little description coasters of what everyone is, the percentage of alcohol, so on and so forth.
Because if you get away from the list or anything, if you're too far away from the list
Yeah.
where you're trying to refer left to right
Yes.
what you're drinking or
It'll tell you.
right.
My best one was Jack Agata.
I
with
was-
the
that's-
birth order.
That was my
to me was the most interesting show.
Oh, Jack Agati,
I mean,
great
he
man.
really made it very interesting and funny at the same time.
Sense of humor, and
Really, that was something different.
makes you think about everyone you know after you hear their youngest and oldest.
Yeah,
your
the
own
middle,
kids.
and
Yeah,
you know
or
where
your
you
own
fit
I've got
in.
4
Yeah.
children, so
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
at the, you know,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
how you treat each one, or you know, your
Right.
husband, you know,
how
like
they interact with
Yeah,
each
that's
other.
right. That was
yeah,
very
that was my
interesting.
top one.
Yeah, you know, you've got that firstborn child, just born. Parents are gaga. They just go all over the place. You know, I mean, you're taking 3,000 snapshots. You're emailing things all over the world. I mean, just everything about this infant is the most wonderful, exciting thing you've ever seen in your life. Every little thing the child does, the first time they spit up, the first time they turn over, I mean, it's like, hey, this is good, this is good. And so what happened is, from the child's point of view, the child is seeing every time I do something, I'm getting applause, I'm getting approval, I'm getting recognition. And so they start to gear their behavior, their intention towards this world, and they need to continue to get the applause and recognition. How do they do that? What they do is they start to, not physically, but mentally, they start to learn, become very organized kind of people. See, they learn very quickly, you know, if I do step 1, and then I do step 2, and then I do step 3, things come out the way they're supposed to.
Like, we loved every guest. Like, remember the lovely woman too that came in, and it was just the 3 of us that night, I think, and we did the yoga or the stretching and all.
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi
Connie
from the
Rock.
seat.
Connie
Connie.
Rock.
Center.
Yeah.
Connie,
Yeah.
that was wonderful.
Yeah,
and,
she's
you
very
know,
good.
And that was just enlightening
That
to
was
be
good,
to
yeah.
jump in. I like
I
that
like
one
that
too.
one.
You know,
There was a
and,
lot of good ones, and another one was Kirby when she brought Charles in for the first time.
Charlie.
His
that's-
first visit.
Yeah.
First visit, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
one.
If he
That
ends
when
up
we were all
on,
passing the baby.
remember.
Bouncing him on our knees so he would stay quiet.
I bet you no other show in the country has that to claim to fame. That a Charlie, you know, on,
had the baby
and we
on.
kept going, we kept talking.
We just
and-
kept talking and then passed the
Yeah,
baby
pass
on.
them along.
Yeah, and we had some nice comments from all of you about that too. You know,
Yeah.
that,
They were
and
all-
yeah,
Yeah.
Kirby, we are so happy to have our Charles
He's
here
very
with us.
happy and amused.
Yeah,
He's
he
good.
is.
And,
He's
and
fine.
someday he might be taking over the show.
Oh gosh,
You
yeah.
know, he could be
First
you
male
know,
I
first
heard.
male gift.
It's great to have you back, and,
Yeah,
and
it's
now
nice to be
finally
back.
we've got
Finally.
him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
And
It
so it
is
was so
great.
nice to hold a little baby
Yeah.
again.
And we'll bring him on too another time so you can see him as
I'm
he grows.
sure we will.
Yeah, yeah,
And they were all good.
Yeah,
Every one
that
of our
was,
shows,
they
I can't
were.
go down the list
Oh my
and
gosh.
see one that
That
I
wasn't.
didn't
They were all-
enjoy.
Yeah.
They were
No.
all very good.
Yeah, they really, and you know, and even we did a little bit on the political end, and we were always very respectful of each other's views.
Right.
But we've also welcomed any candidates in. We had
Right.
Chris Pappas, we had Eddie Edwards. Still, if anyone else wants to come in, you know, and I have to credit them too because they didn't spend time knocking another candidate.
Right.
They told us about
what
themselves,
they do. You know
yes.
what they're in.
That's the
Yeah,
best.
so we were fortunate that way too, and you know, boy.
That was enlightening for me because, you know, I'd never met Chris Pappas. I didn't know where he stood on things or that he, you know, the family restaurant and all
Right,
of that.
yeah.
And then Eddie Edwards was
was
so forthcoming about
Yeah.
his background.
It is
Yeah.
hard.
He had a
Very
tough life.
transparent,
Yeah.
the tough life that he came from. And he was very informative as well.
Yeah, which makes it tough because how do you pick?
Right.
You know, and thinking of elections and campaigns, and this wasn't intended for us tonight, but just a shout out from all of us. We have the primary coming up in our own state, in September. And if you're not registered to vote, or if you know your neighbor or your child isn't, get out there, make sure that people register to vote and that people come out and vote, on a completely side note, but that's been the way this is going. We just had a meeting about it, and we're speculating out of a town of 26,000-ish people. Wow, we'll be lucky if we get 3,000 people out to vote.
That's a shame.
That's a crime. We
Yeah,
have
it is.
18,000 registered voters, so,
And-
a little shout out from us to all
Right,
of you.
and it would be really great if people got out to vote, because I'm really sick and tired of seeing in the Londonderry Times, all the editorials, people, all they do is complain. Well, then get out and vote,
Right. Yeah.
or get your name on the ballot
Absolutely,
so you can do
Kathy, right,
something,
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Otherwise, see ya.
See, that's right. There we're
That's
getting,
how I feel.
and that's
I'm-
kind of
I'm-
how we get going on. Yeah, but you're absolutely right,
That's what
because
you have to
and
do, get out
every
and
vote
vote.
can make a difference. As we
Exactly.
said, we said earlier in throughout the years together that one vote has cast a whole different air to many
Definitely.
elections.
Many.
So take your responsibility. If you're an American, be proud and use the one thing that makes us all equal, and vote and register. So that's, I think, a little quest. Maybe we don't even have to warn each other with these things, but it's important to all of us,
Yeah.
and we know to Kirby too. Maybe we'll make that kind of our little campaign for the year. But so our political ones were, and of course, if President Trump could join us at any time, that would be great. But
That would be great.
Yeah. Who do we think we might have around the senior bank barbecue this year? What do we think?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hoping.
hopefully.
Yeah, we're hoping for our
Hopefully.
governor. Yeah, so
yeah.
we're hoping, it's looking very good that at some point in August our governor will be with us.
Yeah,
And
that
it
would
might
be
be, we
nice.
might want to expose him to the barbecue. That we just, he's great, he rolls with things, but yes, so there's a lot going back and forth with
Yeah.
that too. But yeah, so we really touched on everything,
lot
I
of
think,
different
yeah.
things, yeah.
And so thank you. And is there anything else we should say about our 2
Year
years, or
anniversary.
just look forward to the next?
Looking forward to our next one, our third
Yeah.
one.
Our third year.
Yeah.
And if you have any ideas of, if you'd like to be, if you know somebody that would be a guest on this show or would like to be talking about different things, we'd love to hear from everybody, and different locations for businesses and restaurants, we're open to too. We always, of course, have to clear everything with our cable center, because, not everything is possible, but many things are. So thank you.
And I'd like to give a shout out to them as a thank you for the last 2 years.
Yes, thank you.
To the whole crew over
Oh,
here.
my goodness, yeah.
We could never do
We
this
couldn't do
without
this,
them.
Right.
No, 4 gals from, Londonderry and around here all together never thought that this would be a reality, and a
Right.
professional one at that, that's really helping the community and the state. And so, so thank you to everyone behind the scenes.
Yeah. So I think we should take a break. We
Our
have a
special
guest. We have a
guest.
special guest today. And I think we should take a break, and we'll get him up here. And
Great, and
Does that sound
you're
good?
going to be surprised, and it's going to have a little musical flair with it to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice that they're giving up their time to help us celebrate tonight. So,
Very good.
all right, great.
All right,
So
we'll be right back.
We'll be back.
Hi everyone, we're back, and we have Dr. Harps here with us, a very special guest tonight, and he's going to share a little bit about a very important, fun, great music event that's coming up on August 25th, the 4th Annual Blues Festival. And Dr. Harp, tell us about it.
Well, I started this blues festival about 4 years ago. It'll be 4 years ago this coming August. The first year we did in October, and it was October 6th. And the weather wasn't quite behind us at that time, but I said, well, let's move it to a different date. We actually did pretty good. We were the first one we did it for the money that we raised was for the Liberty House out of Manchester, the homeless veterans home, and we actually raised about $1,000, and we only had about 50 people who showed. People were very generous that day, and then we did it the second year for Veterans Count, which is an organization that helps veterans. They're part of the Easter Seals, and we raised, I think that time we raised $1,700 for the second year, and we had a lot more people too. We had about 200 to 300 people show up for that year. Then last year was the 3rd Annual Blues Festival, and we ended up having about 400 people, give or take. and we raised about $2,276. Yeah, and it seems that it's getting out
Bigger
there.
and bigger
Yeah,
and
the
bigger.
community's
Yeah,
getting to
that's
know.
what happened.
And the Londonderry community, I think it's because we have a lot of veterans here showed up themselves and they donated to help the veterans. A lot of the times I've found in the past, veterans helping veterans usually works the best anyways. And this year we're going to do it again, and we're hoping for the weather. Weather's everything. Weather's everything in this, and when you're doing an outdoor festival
Yeah,
like
definitely.
anything. And we're hoping for the best. The last few years we've had great weather. Perfect weather, actually. I think last year was like 70 degrees, no humidity. It was beautiful.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
So I started it because I was a homeless veteran myself during the Gulf War. And I said, well, you know what? The veterans had helped me get off the ground. I had the Vietnam veteran guys at the time, because that was the only organization that I could go to, because I was a Central American veteran. I was in part of the drug wars during the 80s. And so I didn't have anywhere to go to be a part of anything, because we really weren't recognized. And so the Vietnam guys took us in, and we they started helping me get off the streets and so forth. Yeah. So I do
Dr.
this for
Harps,
the.
I didn't realize that. You know, like you think you know, you talk. We were. I didn't realize that you were a homeless veteran yourself.
Yeah,
You know?
you want to hear the area I was homeless at? Believe it or not, on Cape Cod in Hyannis, Massachusetts.
Really?
And people think, oh, Hyannis, they think, oh, the Kennedys,
Yeah.
and they must be a rich area. And actually, at that time, the highest homeless rate was in Hyannis in Massachusetts at that time. Yeah. There's a lot of, yeah. So I did, listen, it made me who I am today. And
That's a good.
And here you are helping other veterans and
Right.
trying. I never
Yeah.
realized that.
Yeah.
That, boy.
Yeah, this year we're doing it for the disabled American veterans, because I'm a veteran who's a disabled American veteran too myself. So we're doing it for
So
them.
all of the proceeds will go to all of the
100%.
donations
Right.
will go to.
Yeah,
Tell-
not one band. None of all the bands that you see there. We got the Deep Fried Blues Band.
I love the
which
names.
They'll be playing at noontime. They were actually friends of mine. They helped me out last year, so I asked them to come back this year. And then we have the L&M Rhythm Kings coming in at 1:15, and then I will finish out with my band, the Dr. Harp's Blues Revue Band. But that day I'll be calling myself Dr. Harp and his All Veterans Blues Band, because we're all veterans in the
Oh,
band.
wow.
All of us, yeah.
How many people are in the band?
That's
In
one
your
of the
band?
4 pieces. Drummer, guitar player, and you'll see one of the guitar players
Tonight.
today when we do our little song, Paul Damaris, and the bass player, and myself on the harmonica and vocals.
That's
Very
exciting.
nice.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is. Boy.
So it's a good time. It's it's a family event.
It's
know,
held on.
It's held on. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep, that's all
You
right.
have to
No,
lead
no,
me into
that's
this
all
a
right.
lot.
No. You're doing great, actually. Jeez.
Londonderry Town Commons. We're gonna have a barbecue guy that comes there every year. His name is I can say his name.
Yep,
right?
yep,
Messy
sure.
Mike. Great barbecue, real smoked. He brings a smoke machine in, and it's really cool to see. And he
Messy Mike.
yeah, he
I
has
like
a lot
that.
of pulled pork sandwiches and things like that. And
Yeah.
we're gonna have an ice cream truck coming in this year. I met her actually at the school one day. She sells ice cream for the students at lunchtime, or the teachers come out. I can't remember her name, but she's gonna come in. She said she had soft serve ice cream, and I said, "Oh, okay, I gotta have you."
Nice.
then."
That's
soft-
unusual for one of the trucks.
For the
Mm.
trucks,
Right.
yeah, usually
That's-
sold
yeah.
frozen, yeah.
Right, and I just think soft serve ice cream is the way to go, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
and then
Me too.
we're gonna have the DAV guys will be there. We're gonna do a raffle. We're gonna do raffle. My wife makes these beautiful military blankets. And
Really?
we raffle those off. Yeah, like one last year. She's gonna make them this year too. Air Force, Marines, and Army, Navy, and Marines. She couldn't get Air Force or Coast Guard because they don't have the material for some reason.
Oh, boy.
And but she makes these beautiful. She made me a
Really?
Boston Bruins one, and I use it all the time. Even in the summertime, I like it so much. It's like I'm like Linus with
Linus
that. You
with
know,
your blanket.
With my blanket, and then let me just bear with me. And then we have a woman who comes in and she has crafts. We sells crafts. We have a little bit of everything. Last year we had a guy I think he's coming back this year. He sold iced coffee. And then
Good thing.
yeah.
That is, especially the end of August, too,
Yeah.
on the 25th.
Yeah, then we're gonna have the ice cream woman, and like I said, the barbecue guy. He has some really good barbecue, and then we're gonna have. I know I get some. Oh, I get the women's auxiliary. Two of them actually. One from the DAV Women's Auxiliary. They're gonna come in and sell baked goods.
Oh, nice.
And then all those proceeds, everything that these vendors make, they either donate money.
A portion
A
of
portion
it,
of
sure.
it, yeah, of 15%. I ask for 15%, and I don't think that's a lot. Or they have to give me a minimum. I ask. It's a donation. They don't have to give me anything. But they're usually very generous. And I have the women's VFW auxiliary coming in for the VFW. They're coming in. I have to check what they're going to do. And then I have, I know I have somebody else. I think the Grange Hall will be coming to set up so they can get memberships.
Beautiful. That's
Yeah.
our Grange, too,
They were
another
there
great
last year.
organization right
That's
across
wonderful.
the street.
Yeah.
And how do you pass around a bucket, or is there a location, or?
What we'll do is the DAV will have a bucket there so you can just walk up and donate whatever you want. We do a 50-50.
Nice.
And then,
fun.
actually last year, the woman that won the 50-50, she donated every dime right back.
Oh, wow.
That was really nice.
That
That was
is
very
nice.
generous.
That's
I'm sure.
very generous.
Yeah, and that was probably a big pot too. 'Cause
Yeah.
there was a lot of people there
people,
buying
yes.
50-50s. And,
That's wonderful.
what else? And then we have like I said, 3 blues bands. It's quite the work. I start working on as soon as I'm done with this blues festival. I'll start looking for bands for next year. So after the first of the year, I usually have the bands already lined up.
That's wonderful.
So if anybody who's out there who has a blues band, I like to use local bands if I can from New Hampshire. If they have a blues band, you're interested, just come and see me the day of the blues festival, and I certainly would like to come and see your band. And I mean, the bands that I'm bringing in are very high-level professional musicians. They're doing, like I said, they're doing everything for zero money. Not one of them asking for a dime. They're probably
12
gonna do
to
about,
4.
Yeah, they're going to probably do about 45, 50-minute sets.
Now, what time do you start?
We start at 12.
You start at 12,
That's
and
nice,
it usually runs through
Here, I'll just show you
till-
what we're kind of all glancing at, too. a
What
little bit
times it
there.
usually run till?
4 o'clock.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
right on
so
schedule.
it's 12 to 4.
Right. Yeah, and then we
Okay.
ask people that they can park across the street at the Presbyterian Church. The Lions Club usually lets us have that. The churches around the schools.
Yeah.
Great
So they can-
location,
They can
right,
park
yeah.
at the, what's the, elementary school there?
Matthew.
On,
Matthew Thornton,
Matthew
Matthew Thornton, yeah.
They also can use the Orchard.
Christian, Orchard
Church.
Christian, right.
Yeah.
Ken, I know the pastor there. He
Great,
says use as
supportive,
much as you
yeah.
want.
Very nice.
So everybody's usually very nice about letting us
That's
use the
good.
parking. Grange Hall, if it's not busy,
Yeah.
they say we can
That's
use it there.
wonderful,
So.
boy.
Very
We
nice.
have crossings. The police are very supportive. They give me orange cones and things like that so I can set up. We just ask people not to park along Mammoth Road or Pillsbury Road, on the
Right.
that borders up to the
Right.
common, so we,
Right.
so people can cross and see things and so forth.
Very
What would be a
nice.
good time to get there?
Good, that's true.
4 in the morning. I tell the vendors to be there by 11 to be set up and ready to go. So they can come anytime they want. It really, there's no, it's not like we're opening the gates because there's no gates there anyways. And,
right.
Yeah,
we have a few people from the DAV that will help you, show you where to park if you need to. If you need people to help you carry things across the street, we'll have somebody there to do that.
Very nice.
And each year you keep increasing, which is, to me, a meant to be, that you started this idea. And I remember the first time it was it was cold, it was gray. It didn't rain, I don't think, but
No,
it was
it's
gray.
gray.
It
It
was
was cold.
gray.
You could see the steam coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, it was cold. And then each year, though, and now you've gone from that 50, 60 to, you said 400-ish, right,
About
the last
3 to
time?
4. Yeah, I'm going to say just shy of 400
Wow,
last year. But it's
that's
good-
a credit
it's
in
good
just
crowd.
That's great.
in
Yeah.
3 years,
Wonderful.
that is. So we're celebrating our 2nd year anniversary. You've been 3 years. This will be your 4th. Your
Yeah.
4th Blues Festival.
Yeah.
All right. So also, how did the nickname Dr. Harps? Because we all call you Dr. Harps.
Yeah, Dr. Harp. My nickname Dr. Harp came from a friend of mine I used to play music with down in the Cape. His name was Les Cupids. He would see me show up with a fishing tackle of harmonicas. I own about 200 to 300 different types of harmonicas.
Oh my God.
And I have to keep it in something. Now today I just brought a small, amount of them that I need to play the few songs we're going to play here a little later. But it's a fishing tackle, and he would see me carrying it on the gigs, and I'd open it up, and he goes, that's like a doctor having all his instruments. I'm going to call you Dr. Harp from now on. So the name started. So it was kind of given to me, and it stuck. And that's the because the harp is the harmonica. That's the nickname for
Of a
harmonica.
harp,
Or they call it the Mississippi saxophone, because it's a very popular instrument in blues down in the South, especially. Because I used to play down there. I used to play New Orleans and Memphis and all those areas down there. I did the whole, back in the 80s, I did the circuit. And, after I got out of the military, I went on the road. I used to do about 200 dates a year back then.
Wow. How did you get interested in the harmonica?
My neighbor always had one, and he would always play the, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. And I actually have a song called the Train Song. It sounds like that when I play it. It's a blues version of it. But so I just, and it was an easier instrument to carry around than a guitar or a piano or any other. So I could always have it in my pocket. I was just having that discussion with Paul, my guitar player, that how easy it was for me to have an instrument that I could play. I could be in my car, play it. I mean, it's hard to play and drive playing the guitar, where I could just pull the harmonica and play, or I'm at a coffee shop, or I'm anywhere. I don't do too much in libraries, or sitting on a park bench, or wherever I was.
And it draws people in too. It's like a positive. And self-taught, or how did you?
Self-taught.
Wow,
I can't read a lick of music.
Wow, just all by ear then.
Yeah, all by ear and listening to people. I was influenced by some of the best harmonica players. At that time, it would have been guys like, when I first started getting into it at a young age, was the Jake Isles band, which was a guy named Magic Dick. Magic Dick was one of the best harmonica players, and he still is to this day. Then as I got a little old, I got into guys like Little Walton, Sonny Boy Williams, and Jimmy Reed, and if you look these guys up, these are great harp players. And Charlie Musselwhite, who's still alive today, who I actually got some what we call dress room rehearsals, dress room lessons, because I met him. And Charlie Musselwhite, he's come to the Tupelo and play and things like that. Great harp player. Kim Wilson from the Fabulous Thunderbirds. These are people that I kind of have my influences from. Of course, I've been lucky enough, and over the years, I've been doing this for about 40 years. I've opened up for B.B. King, and I've opened up for James Montgomery and Roomful of Blues. And
there you go. The story is unfolding.
I had seen Roomful of Blues a couple times many years ago.
I opened up for them for about 3 times. I've opened up for Steppenwolf. I actually opened up, believe it or not, for Chubby Checkers.
Wow.
I opened up for John Mayall and the Blues Breaker. John Mayall was actually one of Eric Clapton's first bands.
Isn't that something? Boy. And are you going to have the harp? Harp, it's called.
H-A-R-P.
So that's what our harmonica is. So I'm going to sound cool.
You
So, hey, are you going to play your harp tonight?
You want to? No, you really want to sound cool. You're going to say, "Can you play that Mississippi saxophone?"
Oh, all right.
There we go.
Hey, so I think we're going to hear a little of the Mississippi saxophone, and we're just so happy you're here with us on our anniversary to have music. We never would have thought 2 years ago anyone would come and play and give up their time to be with us, and also,
we really appreciate this.
No, I appreciate you having us, and it's a big help to get people what's going on at the Blues Festival, get the word out.
So make sure, we want to see you August 25th, 12 to 4, to support our veterans and all the work that Dr. Harp and all these guys, men and women, have put in behind the scenes.
An old friend of mine used to say, Silas Jr., a great harp player, when I was playing in the 80s, he says, "You tell a friend, I'll tell a friend, we'll all have a good time here at the Londonderry Commons."
I love it. Perfect. All right. Well, anything else on our second anniversary show?
No, I think we should say good night and stay tuned, and Dr. Harp will start playing.
Perfect. All right. So, all right. Ready? All right. Yeah. Looking forward to our next episode, and thank you, everyone. Look us up on Facebook and contact us if you have any ideas. Night.
Good night.
Night.
1, 2, 3, 4. You got me running, you got me hiding, you got me running and hiding. Any way you want to let it roll. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got me running and hiding. Honey, what's wrong with you? I said, baby, you don't treat your daddy like you used to. I said, baby, you don't treat your daddy like you used to. You got me running and hiding. Honey, what's wrong with you? I said, child, you better treat your papa good. Well, you don't treat me, baby, like you should. I'm gonna pack my bags and down them railroad tracks I go. I'll play the long horn. I said, baby, honey, child, what's wrong with you? Yeah, honey, you don't treat me like you used to. I'm gonna find me another woman. Down the road I go. I'm going up, I'm going down, I'm going up, down, baby, all over town looking for you. Roll, baby, roll. You don't treat your papa like you used to. All right, Little Muddy Waters song here called Rock Me Baby. Go like this. 1, 2, 3. I said, rock me, baby, rock me all night long. I said, rock me, baby, rock me all night long. Well, rock me, pretty mama, like I ain't got no backbone. Well, call me daddy all night long. You gotta call me daddy all night long. Well, rock me, pretty mama, like I ain't got no backbone. Well, roll me, baby, like she roll a wagon wheel. Oh, yeah. Well, roll me, pretty mama, like you roll a wagon wheel. Well, rock me, pretty mama, till the cows come home. me daddy, call me daddy all night long. You can call me daddy, call me daddy all night long. Well, rock me pretty mama, like I ain't got no backbone. I said rock me all night long. I said rock me pretty mama, like I ain't got no backbone. Well, rock me till the cows come home. Well, rock me pretty mama, you don't know how good you make me feel. I said rock me pretty mama, you don't know how good you make me feel. Well, rock me pretty mama, like I ain't got no backbone. And the crowd goes wild.